Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As many of you know that I recently just purchased the brand new FPV drone by DJI, but yet I have another drone right here that's going to help me learn how to fly this one. I'll explain in a minute. Alright, so yes, I bought another drone to help me fly this. So on this channel we do tech made simple, along with cars and travel. So hopefully that interests you. You're going to go down there, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and join us for our travels, adventures, and bringing you tech kind of in a simple term, not with fancy terms about a lot of stuff like that. We're just going to explain stuff very simply. So basically what this is it's kind of based on like what do you call a racing quadcopter, racing drones. They use the term FPV because every drone that flies that way uses a set of goggles. It's first person view, you're watching out of the camera. Now yes, technically even on my DJI camera drones, when I fly them I'm looking through the camera, but I'm looking at a screen, and I can use a set of goggles on there. So don't let that kind of confuse you. You can do FPV. You can use goggles on other drones. But for the most part, when people say FPV, they're talking about like the freestyle or racing type drones, which is what this is. It is made by DJI. This can use GPS and a compass to fly itself in a level flight. It can return to home. It can avoid obstacles a little bit. But then you could put this thing into freestyle mode, and then you have to fly it. There's no letting the drone take control of the throttle to make sure it holds itself at a certain altitude. When you go left or right, if you let go, it'll stop, and I'm going to show you that here in a little bit later. I'll show you the difference, kind of how the two fly. But when you go into manual mode and you're freestyle, it's a totally different world. And I figured I would go ahead and invest in a beginner drone. This is by Betafpv. This is a complete kit, goggles, controller, and a drone. It's supposed to be very durable. It's very inexpensive to purchase the entire kit to get you started into FPV, where this drone alone, just the drone alone, costs more than the entirety of this kit. So why risk this trying to learn to freestyle and do the stuff when I had this? Yes, I know I should have started out with this first. I didn't really think I'd get into FPV. So I went and got this because I'm just a fanboy of technology stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show this to you. But I want to make a little disclaimer here. I've actually, at this point in time, already flown the drone. I've used it. It is a lot of fun, but let me explain what happened here. I just want to be open and honest with everybody. Usually when you see me unbox stuff, it's still in the cardboard box and I haven't seen it. So I have a GoPro up above that workbench that films down, and what happened is when I took the little mini drone out back to fly it, I took the memory card out of the GoPro, stuck it in the goggles so I could record the flight. Obviously the goggles formatted the memory card and I lost the entire beginning of this video. So I'm having to reshoot everything. So that's unfortunate. This happens sometimes in YouTube world. Sometimes camera gear fails. Something doesn't happen as planned. But I just want to let you know, you're probably going to see some grass stains and some dirt on the drone. So it's not a true unboxing. But I will open the case up and show you everything that comes in. So I just want to be honest with you that it's not really kind of like a brand new unboxing like I usually do, because that footage got lost. So if you buy one of these kits, don't use a memory card out of another camera unless you want to lose your footage. So let's go unbox. Alright everyone, if you want to look really cool and drink some coffee out of a cool cup, I have a link down below to my Teespring store. I just uploaded the Vetruski Travels merchandise there too, so you can help the channel out and get you some cool stuff. Also, anything you see on this channel, if you want to know what kind of camera gear I use, if you want some discounts on stuff, I have links down below. Go to my Amazon store. I'll have this drone and another drone that's slightly less expensive than this one. If you're interested in purchasing these, I'd appreciate you using those links. So here you go. Oh, I did want to mention that this semi-hard case here comes part of the package. So you get this case as part of the package. So that's a pretty cool deal. And like I said before, unfortunately, I put the memory card here in these goggles and it erased everything. So the this is pretty much how it came, except for the strap. The strap was not on here, and I wasn't going to undo it just for the sake of unboxing this thing. So you have your goggles here to go ahead and fly. Not the best things, but you know, they get the job done. You have your remote controller, and I mentioned a second ago there is a cheaper kit of this. The difference was that the remote control uses a different type of protocol to communicate with, and I found that it only works with very, very few drones. This one uses FR Sky, I think is how you say it. And this one, like here, you have a bind button. You can marry this remote to several drones, so it's pretty cool. So you can actually, even if you break and destroy this drone, you can still use your goggles and remote and get another drone, or say maybe you grow out of this, maybe you want something a little bit faster, stronger, whatever, you can use this remote just as long as it uses the FR Sky technology. So pretty cool. That's why I went with this kit. Also, this drone has brushless motors. So basically, to make things easy, motors that have brushes, the brushes will wear out and you'll have to replace them. And looking at it, this just seemed like these were a little bit stronger, so this should do better outside. And being brushless, there's nothing to wear out, so these motors should last a good long time. So you might want to consider that if getting into it, if you don't want to be replacing these motors. And there I got some grass stuck in here. How did that happen? This is an unboxing. Yeah, so here it is. It's kind of what they call like a tiny whoop. I think that's a brand name thing, but for most intents and purposes, what people will call like a whoop style drone or indoor race drone. It's pretty flexible, you can see. So this thing can take a hit and not break and shatter into a million pieces, which is a good thing when you're starting out with this. Trust me, I promise. So this is pretty basic. You just have a little circuit board here. If any of these motors burn out, they are just on a quick connect right here, so you can replace that. Even if the board goes out, you can just put a new board in here. And then you have your camera and a little protective case right there. So there we have all that. Now you have a little pouch over here, and I wish this was more flexible. This is just kind of a stitched fabric, and it's extremely tight to get stuff in and out of here, so it's kind of aggravating. I wish they would make that flexible. So you get a micro USB cable with a micro USB to C adapter, because what is it? Yeah, the remote uses USB-C. Oh, also the remote, this one, the battery's built in. I've seen a lot of reviews, people open this up, there was a battery in here. This one is built in, there's no battery compartment to be had right there. There was also something I think else that was different here. Jeez, I can't remember. But yeah, USB-C. Oh, I know, I mentioned at the end of the video. I said, that's the only thing I don't like with this case, is pouch. So you get 4 extra props. Now remember, if you've never flown drones before, props have a rotational turn. These 2 props spin one way, these 2 spin another way. That's what allows you to turn. So if you look, like this prop is angled pointing that way, this prop is angled pointing that way, because they spin. So if you replace these props, make sure they're on the right way. DJI kind of simplifies that and color codes them. Okay, reaching in here again. Like I said, this is extremely hard. Here are your batteries. They look like little packs of gum, but this is the battery, and it will just slide in here to the bottom of the drone, like so. Now what you want to make sure is that you can see here there's a flat edge and there's a rounded edge, and look at your wiring here. So when it's laying like that, you have your flat edge here. So when you put the battery in, you want to make sure that your flat edge is there. And as soon as you plug this in, the drone is on live. There's no on-off switch. Okay, so let you know that little trick. Yeah, so if they got small kids, don't leave this laying around, because they might think that this is gum. Oh, I forgot one other thing. I gotta go get it. To make life really easy, they give you a charger. It's just basically a USB charger. the really cool thing is that you can plug this in and you could read the voltage. So 4.3 is fully charged. You put both batteries into here, and then you plug this thing in and you charge both batteries. So this is a complete kit, man. This makes everything so really easy. You don't have to buy a charger, extra batteries, all that. Everything is included in the kit. I absolutely love this. It's absolutely fantastic. They really make this easy. So you got that. You have a quick start guide or an owner's manual here. So these two things right here are your antennas for the drone, or for the goggles, not the drone. Sheesh. So these just simply thread on like so. And I found you can actually store the goggles in the case with the antennas on. So you can move these things about. They do move. I guess you can aim them towards whatever. Just make sure they stay tight. And you could fold these up like that, and it will fit. So that's pretty cool. Let me show you. So look at that. You can store this with the antennas on there. And then last but not least, you have a tool here for removing the props if these break. These do not screw on. They're just a press fit on, so you just take this tool here, pull up, and get. And I would say probably try not to pry off of the drone itself. You don't want to deform this thing. So you probably just want to grab there and pull up. I'm not going to do it because with it being press fit, the more you do it, you're going to loosen that little connection up. So there you have it. I hope this isn't too long. I hope my videos aren't too long when I do this. I just really try to give you everything I can to give you an informed decision. So we're going to go ahead and fly this in the garage right now, and then we're going to take it outside, and I promise this is going to be entertaining. Usually I can't tell you this because I don't know what's going to happen, but stay tuned. This is very interesting, watching a GPS flyer go FPV for the first time. Okay, everyone, I'm going to go ahead and cut it short there. It's already about 13 minutes, and I know the sweet spot for videos is 10 minutes, 15 at the most. I really don't want this to drag out really long, so apologize if you're really looking forward to seeing me fly, but you'll have it. It'll be in another video. So I'm just going to keep this as the unboxing and talking about, you know, the difference between the drones and that. In the next video, I promise you it's going to be quite entertaining. It's going to be me trying to tame that little tiny drone out there. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and if you do, please stay tuned. I'm expecting some changes to the channel. I kind of accidentally deleted my main channel, and they're working on restoring it. So if this channel says L to the W and there's 300 subscribers, keep your eye out, because the channel's going to change. When it says that Ruski Travels and there's about 8,000 subscribers, then we're back on track. So if you do subscribe here, stay tuned for the notifications that the channel is going to shift and change over, because we're going to travel full time. We have an RV, we're going to travel the country, we're also going to travel out of the country. We have a trip coming up really soon out of the country. Should be pretty epic. I'm looking forward to it. I think you guys are really going to like this as well. So we do travel and we do tech made simple, because you know, if you travel, you want to use drones, you want to use cameras. So to me, it all goes hand in hand. So like, shares, comments appreciated. Like I said, links down below if you want to purchase anything that we use, and it all goes to help the channel, helps us fund these travels and trips and stuff like that, and it's greatly appreciated. So stay tuned for part 2, and we'll see you in the next one. Happy flying, happy travels, and stay safe, everyone.